All right, Coach, first opened back in 2017. There's a look at the gleaming new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Columbus Aviators and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Ryan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got it first and goal at the 6. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tacks on the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown! A great play there with a return of 102 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive, nothing wrong with being electric, nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now Ryan on second down. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive. I
think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll They'll run it here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Columbus football as we begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. The play fake. He'll look to throw. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
I want to see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Shifts by him. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On second down, here's Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, Ryan throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Right back to him on 1st down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan caught left side by Hilton. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Coleman, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
partner. I was.
Just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. And with this deficit, too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction it starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look. And now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. To throw here. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On first down, Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And this will be a touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
To throw on second down. Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Third and long, it's Ryan. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They will run again with Coleman. And some room to maneuver. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Back now in Atlanta. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Ryan. And he's got his man Hilton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a 1st down as well. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Coleman. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 without the 4. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have broken our tie. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
Let's go! Brand 38!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Flex round!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Ohio! Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Ohio! Ohio!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
Here we go!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He finds Coleman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38! Ohio! Ohio!
He's back to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Come on!
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Falcons, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Columbus, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.
You